Recently, I offered a day of clearings and chakra balancing and stuff like that. And the reason why I offered it was to see, what the turnout would be like and how many people really understand it. It was a good turnout, but I think there's a lot of people that still don't understand what a personal clearing is, or how important it is to clear yourself, clear your house, your business, whatever. So I'm going to share today a few things, how it helped me and other people in their lives by just getting this done. Everybody knows energy. I've talked about energy. Energy is my thing. It's to really pay attention to energy of others and yourself. We're always in it. We're always around it. We're always responding to it. So let's start with a personal clearing. A personal clearing is, it starts with attaching to, agreeing with, responding to, feeling for, negative or positive towards someone, feeling hurt, offended, any of those things. So when we're any of those things with other people, we tend to keep it in our aura. Our aura is our energy field, which is what you read when you meet someone. So when you meet someone, you'll walk up, and I know most of you have done this, where you'll meet someone and right away you'll think, ugh, I really don't like this person. Something about this person I just don't like. And on the other side, you've met people and went, wow, I feel like I've known this person forever. I feel very comfortable. I like this person. Or you're around someone, you're feeling like you're really a giving person, but for this person, you just can't seem to give anything to this person. It's like, I don't want to give to you whatsoever, and I'm really trying here, but there's just something about you. Or I'm feeling really frustrated and angry with you and impatient. So all these things are coming from, if you're not usually this way, the other person's energy in their aura. Think about that, because we're responding all the time. This also helps you give the other person the benefit of the doubt, because if you're feeling this and this is not usually you, then you can understand this person and how they're feeling about themselves, or how someone's made them feel about themselves, and it's stuck in their aura, it's stuck in their energy field. So when I do clearings in the aura and clean and sweep it all out. Sometimes I get names and things that are stuck in there, and they may have been there for years because one experience just stayed with you for a long time. Once this is done, you feel clear. Your mind is clear. You feel light. It's just a really, really wonderful experience and a gift to receive for yourself, so that you can feel just a little lighter, a little better, not so, keep piling on that plate what you don't want. So this is what a personal clearing does, so you understand that. And it takes about 5 to 10 minutes, depending, what comes up and what comes out and all that kind of stuff. But normally, I just do the job and you leave. It's not a big deal. It's not scary. It's not voodoo. It's not anything. It's like taking your car for a car wash, and you wash the car. Don't you come out and the car just feels different? It feels great. It feels cleaner. It feels lighter. That kind of a thing. You take a shower, you feel a little better. You feel cleaner. It's the same sort of thing. It's no different. So that's the idea, and I wanted just to explain that. Now, switching over to clearing your home. I've done this. I've learned to do it because of experiences that I experienced, because I'm sensitive to energy. I understand it. I work with it. I use it for healing. So wherever I go, I know it. I'm familiar with it. So I decided to do this. Actually, it came by honestly, but the first time I remember really being aware of it was when my kids were young and we were traveling from Texas to Toronto. And we thought, okay, let's get 10, 12 hours under our belt. Let's just drive. Kids were falling asleep in the back. I was getting tired. So I said, I think we better just pull off and get a fresh start in the morning. So we did. We found this little, back then, hotel, motel. I don't stay at those things anymore, thank God. But anyway, we stayed at one of these. Got in, passed out right away, all four of us. So my daughter was in bed with me, my son was in bed with his father, and we just passed out. They were little. And the next thing I know is that someone is tapping me on the shoulder. And I wake up and there's nobody there. So I open my eyes and I look, and there's my husband sleepwalking, open the door to the hotel room, and my daughter is sleepwalking, walking down the hall. So I jumped out of bed, went and got her, and just sort of gently turned her around, brought her back to bed, and then woke my husband up, put the chair up against the door and double locked it. This is why I clear everywhere I go, because this is now there's different levels, so don't get scared. This was just one of those motels. I'm pretty sure I had all kinds of shit in it. But this was like, a spirit that could use you as when you're unconscious, asleep, out of your conscious mind. And God knows where they're going. I have no idea where they were going, wasn't interested in finding out, just getting them back to safety. This is why a lot of people sleepwalk, sleep talk. They're affected by, could be, I'm going to say could be, because there's always people out there that would like to disagree, but could be whatever is in where you are. So, even new houses. We bought a new house when we moved to Arizona, and I thought, I didn't really think, but I thought I didn't need to clear it because it was brand new. Well, that was wrong, because energies are also to the land, and carving this community that we lived in out of the middle of the desert, when one side of it, there's a dead man's wash, and what was the other one? I can't remember the other side, a dead man's wash and something else, which I don't know who thought that would be a good idea. But anyway, I was laying in bed one night. I thought my husband rolled over to hug me. I rolled back and he wasn't there. He was in the bathroom. So I went, okay, this house needs to be cleared. So I cleared the house and the land and never had any more problems. But then I found other people in the community. So I cleared a lot of homes while I lived there, because people were starting to notice strange things. Now, how do you know if you have something or an energy? It's not always spirits, by the way. I have cleared homes so that they can be sold, and people think, well, my home doesn't have negative energy. We had a good life there. And that's exactly why you want it cleared. I did a family member's home because they were moving, but there was no bites. And the reason being is because they had that attachment to their family life there, growing up, loving it, loving their neighborhood, blah, blah, blah. So when you have that, when people come in, they can't see themselves there because it feels like they're in someone else's home. So you want to clear all energy and make it very clear so that your home is now being passed on to someone else and they can actually see themselves living there. So when I cleared it, she got an offer within the next few days. So it's not always bad energy. I want to say that because people think, well, I don't have bad energy or negative energy. It's not about that. It's about clearing all and every single part of energy. It can be thought forms. It can be someone who didn't like you or whatever, who visited you, or tough times, or a bad divorce, and now you want to try sell it. Well, that divorce energies in the house, people aren't going to like it. They're going to find things wrong with the house. Like, oh, look at that, and don't like the color of that, and this is too big, too small. So I just wanted to explain that part of it to you so that you understand energy again in the home. Energy is a vibration of love, fear, hate, all kinds of things. So it's just kind of like, if you see it, if you picture it, close your eyes and just see it as being swept out, cleared, blessed, and then we ask that it's be filled up with love. And so now it can be what it was always supposed to be, whether it's was owned by someone else, and now it's your home, and you want it to be your home and your energy. That is what I do in the name of. If you want to sell it, and it's your energy, whether it was a bad divorce or a beautiful family growing up in it, you want that cleared so that people can see themselves in that home. And also, you don't want to hand off a house that's got a lot of negative vibes in it from energy of a divorce or what have you, or abuse, which I have done. So that is a clearing of the house. And sometimes, most of the times, there is also energy on the land. So it could be both, it could be either or, it could be anything. The idea is just to clear it all out. And then it comes back to a beautiful feeling that it is your home and that you have a place, a sacred space for your family to come home to without any crap in it. I have seen people who have moved into a house that were happy and ended up in divorce. I have seen people who have moved into a house and the personalities start to change, whether they become a recluse or obsessive or angry. This happens when you renovate. Some people I've been in where all of a sudden everything was fine until they started renovating, and they had extreme rage every time they had to go do it. So this is not, voodoo or crazy or weird shit. It just is, and it's been around since the beginning of time. In the old days, I guess we laughed at our grandmothers and great-grandmothers when they used to come and have a priest or someone bless the house or whatever. Whatever your belief is, it's to take it to that level of being cleared, blessed, and full of love. So that's what I do. Business is the same thing. We owned a restaurant in Waterloo. We got the space, and we were written up in the newspaper, actually. And they said, will Mussolini's Oyster Bar and Pasta Shack survive the curse of the strip plaza? And I looked into it, and I thought, well, every other restaurant that was there died and did not make it. So I went in and I did a walkabout. Now, that was back then. I don't have to be on your premises. I don't have to come to where you are. I do it from where I am now. Because energy has got no time and space. Back then, I was doing it in the physical form. So I went in and walked around and saw this dark energy. Someone who just likes to wreak havoc, have a little fun. He's stuck in, in between, whatever. I don't talk to them. I don't entertain them. I don't ask their story. I just ask them to leave. But that's what was making all these restaurants die, because picture this again. I'm going to stretch you a little bit. Have you ever been in a restaurant where you felt just uncomfortable, or sat there and I don't like this, and look at this, look at the color of these napkins, and look at that person there, look how they're looking, and the wait's too long, and the food is crappy, and yeah, the food might be crappy, but when you go out, you usually don't focus on all that stuff. When you're focusing on all that stuff, then chances are it needs to be cleared. And if you're not doing well in business, if people aren't coming through the front door, buying your stuff or eating your food or drinking your coffee or whatever the business is, get it cleared. What can it hurt? It's just going to take you to the next level. So I think that that explains it pretty well. We were also written up shortly after that we were a great success. We had lineups to get in. We were reserved for weeks, and people loved our restaurant and loved the energy in it. So you can change anything by just being aware of it. So they're the things that energy does, and they're the things that energy you can change. You can change anything. You just need to have it done. If you are having trouble with your children, your husbands, your wives, your family members at home, and you never did before, or children are talking to, which this is another important thing. I had someone call me once where the little guy was talking to someone and saying a man kept telling him that he wanted him to come with him. Well, this is not a good scenario if a ghost is there or a spirit that is talking to a child in that way. I mean, I think if you're past, you should be past. You should go. You can come back in another form, but in this form is not a good way to be. And you should never entertain it, because the more you entertain it, the stronger they get. My belief. And if you're listening to this, you're probably interested in what my belief is. So when I talked to this guy and had him leave, they found out later that someone had died and killed themselves in the basement. And the little boy, the mother would say, "Where's the man? Have you talked to him lately?" And he said, "No, he's gone. He said he had to go." So these things, I have a million stories, a million reasons why I could never ever be talked out that this doesn't happen, this isn't real. I deal with it every day. I clear houses all over the world. People. So it can also, here's another thing. Sorry, this is one little more note because I just did this the other day, where someone got stiff. Feeling a little stiff, and then they got a little more stiff, and then 2 weeks, went by, and they go, "Oh my God, like I can't even exercise anymore. I am so bloody stiff." Well, there was a let's say spirit, ghost, entity, whatever you want to call it, that he was in an old building, and they see who might be able to help them, because they see a spark of white light, and they go, hey, I'm going to go over there. So they come. But what happens is, whatever they've died of, or whatever they were afflicted with, or whatever, can affect you in that way in your physical body. So when I cleared him and sent him on his way, this person's stiffness went immediately. Well, within, 5-10 minutes. But it went. And back to normal. Absolutely back to normal, back to feeling great, no more stiffness. So I'm telling you all these things so you can understand this. And again, it's not crazy. It's just what it is. We're all energy. Everything is energy. Plants have energy. Animals have energy. We have energy. You've seen people that can hold jewelry and read energy. We met someone who could just hold your car keys and tell you everything about your life, because that is, you carry them everywhere. Everything about you, your energy is on them. So this is how it all works. And if you're here today and you heard this and you were curious, or you wanted to know a little bit more about clearings, then good for you, because the more people that understand this, the more people that are open to it, we can clear a lot of shit out of our lives and give us just a moment where we just feel at peace, have our sacred space at home, feel good, our children are at peace. This is all what it's all about. So next time you feel impatient around someone, or don't feel good in a place of business or someone's home, just acknowledge that this is an energy, spirit, or whatever, and it's got nothing to do with you. And you can just say, "I'm leaving this here," and get out. So, as easy as you can. I have no problem doing that, because I know I've seen what it's done to people. So, I'm glad that if you're still listening to this, you are still interested, you've learned a lot. And again, I can do this from anywhere in the world. I do not have to come to you. I can just talk to you on the phone, and then I can go to work at doing what I do. Energy is just energy. It has no boundaries. It goes anywhere, and you can connect with people. That's why if you're thinking about someone and the phone rings and it's them, that's energy. Got it? Okay, I think I've explained it pretty well, and I hope that you understand it. And if you don't like it, that's fine. Not everybody's into this or thinks this way or has been taught a different belief system. That's totally fine. This is for those of you that are here listening to the very end and want a change or want to understand how it all works. So have a great day. Call me, text me, Facebook me, whatever it is you want to do if you need something done, and we'll chat. Thank you very much and have a blessed day.